Okay, welcome back. We are going to talk to this scientist over here, Azad Dubas.
Hello! Welcome to Hamadi Station. I do hope you're here about the research assistant opening. We haven't had many promising applicants.
By which he means we haven't had any applicants.
Well, yes. Thank you for the painful reminder. Oh, love of my life. I'm Azad Dubas. My wife Sherine and I are scientists. We've been quite busy lately and are greatly in need of some help. We put out a call for a research assistant, but with recent events, we haven't had much luck.
By which he means we haven't had any luck.
This could become tiresome quickly.
So, are you interested in a little field work?
What kind of field work are we talking about?
Gathering data, mostly. Nothing too strenuous, I assure you.
Sure, sounds like a good opportunity to learn about your world.
Well said indeed. I've always believed that the Great Serpent looks with favor upon those who seek knowledge and enlightenment. My wife and I have been studying a recent and somewhat troubling phenomenon. You see, the local wildlife has been dying, and we're not sure why. The remains show no signs of external injury or trauma, so we can rule out most of the usual causes.
Fighting for dominance or territory, predators, hunters looking for sport, those sorts of things.
We began to see this phenomenon just after the accident in Dazra. We're convinced these events are linked, but the exact nature of the connection remains a mystery.
If that's true, then why aren't people affected?
We don't know that they aren't. For all we know, the same thing is happening to people right now, just more slowly. All the more reason to work with a sense of urgency.
Do you have any evidence to support that theory?
Well, no, not yet. However, I'm confident that the process will prove the hypothesis to be correct.
Have you performed a toxicology screening or check for diseases?
Not yet, but we'll be running those tests soon. Unfortunately, we only have a few samples to work with. I'm not sure we'll be able to paint a complete picture.
Sounds to me like you need more information.
An accurate assertion. This is where you come in. I need you to search for corpses of local wildlife and collect tissue samples. I'll give you a biosample collector that will extract and store the samples safely. Try to collect samples from different kinds of creatures. We want to cast a wide net. Return here when you've got them, and we'll begin the analysis.
The prospect of tearing rotten flesh from animal corpses is not what I would call appetizing.
What kinds of animal carcasses am I looking for?
You're looking for creatures without an obvious cause of death. There should be no wounds, no blood, no sign of physical trauma. What we are searching for is an invisible killer.
I'll get started.
Off you go then, and no dragging your feet. You're on the clock as of now.
Dead Nautilus, dead Groat, and dead bladed back. Let's just fast travel to our ship. I say ship. It's not really a ship. Let's see. Sample from dead Groat. Nautilus. And then one on... Where's the other marker? Fine. Go to that one first. Okay, so we can go this one, that one, that one.
Velocity.
Nope. Where's she going? Oh, wait. That thing had a... large shadow. Maybe it's because it's so high up. Rope carcass. Alright, let's go. No, turn. No, oh my god. Damn it. Just in case anyone's wondering, it seems like they have a cap on how high you can go in altitude when you're boosting. And then beyond a certain point, it just won't let you boost anymore until you fall back down.
All systems go.
Ugh. I keep landing so poorly. Is this the thing? Looks bugged to me. Huh.
We'll get there in no time.
Ooh. Oh, okay. Not interested. This one's glowing. I'll head back. Okay, we've returned.
Welcome back. Did you have any difficulty obtaining those tissue samples?
Aside from my flying skills, no. Not at all.
I'm glad to hear it, because there's more work to do.
Oh.
Your arrival is well timed. Some interesting new information has come to light. I'll take those tissue samples, and here's your payment. Sherine, dear, would you tell our dauntless research assistant about the latest news?
With pleasure. I hope you enjoyed your little jaunt into the field because I'll be sending you right back out there. Some of the local farmers and growth herders have reported seeing unusual plant growth in the area. What's more, none of this unusual growth was seen before the Dazra incident. It's increasingly clear the event affected the ecosystem in some way, but the details elude us.
Do you think there's a connection to the dead creatures?
It's possible, but I prefer not to speculate. Better to keep an open mind and let the research tell the tale.
Unusual how exactly?
A change in appearance, at the very least. It would be difficult and, in fact, irresponsible to leap to any conclusions. If I can get some samples under my microscope, we'll learn much more, I think.
I can see where this is going.
You're very perceptive. Based on our information, these unusual new strains aren't limited to a specific area. As such, we want to examine samples that come from several different locations. In short, the more data you can provide, the better.
Observe, analyze, hypothesize, and prove. These are the tenets of the scientific method. Without them, we're just fumbling in the dark.
Yes, thank you, dear. You'll have to forgive my husband. He's never fully recovered from his days as a teacher.
Can I use this tissue collector device on the plants?
You can, and indeed you should. The storage tubes built into the device are sterilized and will keep the samples pure. Proper research requires the proper tools.
There's nothing wrong with being enthusiastic about your field.
Agreed. I've always felt sorry for those who can't find work they truly love. The days must feel like sheer drudgery. We'll get to
that
work
was
studying
relatable.
the animal tissue. Now go forth and travel safely.
Okay. Come on. Let's get it quickly and run.
Our roving research assistant returns. I know we've asked you to travel far and wide. Hopefully it wasn't too much trouble.
How about bonus to cover my travel
Just
costs?
think of all the fresh air and exercise you're getting. No amount of credits is worth more than that.
I disagree. The first dead animals, then digging in the dirt. No wonder he hired someone else.
I just so happen to love digging in the dirt. As for hiring you, well, neither my husband nor I are quite as young as we used to be. I'm afraid our days of trekking across the landscape in search of nature's mysteries are behind us. Here's the payment for those plant samples. I have good news. We've got a strong working theory about what's killing the local wildlife. The tissue samples you collected point to poisoning as the likely cause of death.
Is there enough information to make an antidote?
Far from it, I'm afraid. Even if there were, we'd be treating the symptom without addressing the cause.
Why would someone poison the animals?
Oh, I very much doubt anyone is. There'd be no reason to do so. We depend on these creatures in more ways than one. Also, the incidents are widespread and affecting multiple species. No, I'm convinced this is not the hand of man.
That must be a pretty strong poison.
I'm afraid so. Needless to say, the urgency of our work has increased somewhat. The evidence suggests that some force is acting on the ecosystem, changing it somehow. We don't yet have the complete picture, but there is one tool left to us. Would you care to explain, my dear?
With pleasure. To aid in our monitoring of local conditions, we designed a multi-function sensor suite. The device records data for weather, atmospheric pressure, radiation,
Airborne particulates, seismic disturbances, gravitic fluctuations.
We placed several of these sensors throughout the area. Each device can upload its data to a slate for comparison and analysis.
I can't wait to drag myself all over your desolate planet yet again.
I find it rather beautiful. In any case, this will hopefully be the last of your lengthy excursions into the wilderness. Here, take this. Transfer the data from each of the sensors and then bring the slate back to me. In the meantime, we'll see what we can learn about these unusual plant specimens. We'll solve this riddle yet.
Again? Man, I'm kinda...
Perhaps not
I
the
would
wisest
be-
decision.
extremely annoyed at this quest if I didn't have this Hax vehicle. And I kind of wonder, like, if I could even make a video of this. Like, we're literally going from point A to point B 9 times and talking to them. Okay, let's do this. Property of Azad and Sherine Dubas. Please do not touch unless authorized. Sierra log for details. Anomalous readings. Gravity fluctuation. Seismic activity. Error log. Okay. Recent data. Can't make sense of it. Upload data link slates.
Could and did.
Okay. So I went to all 4 of those stations. They were all pretty much exactly the same, so I probably will cut that out a little bit. So let's talk to Azad again.
Oh, welcome back. Time to see if our sensors can peel back another layer of the mystery. Did you notice anything unusual in the environmental data?
There was something about gravity issues with the chronometers.
Well, that's certainly not what I was expecting to hear. Now, let's have a look, shall we? Seems mundane enough. Oh, now wait just a moment. As I suspected, the sensors simultaneously recorded a single event that produced very unusual impacts. This is our best glimpse yet into the Dazra accident and how it affected the surrounding environs. How interesting.
Environs.
The chronometer seemed to have gone haywire in all 4 of the devices. Even gravity itself seems to have been briefly altered. Remarkable.
If gravity and time were affected, wouldn't people have noticed?
An astute question. However, I think the answer is no. The readings indicate very subtle shifts that could have gone completely unnoticed. At worst, there might have been a moment of dizziness or a sense of events being a bit earlier or later than expected. Those are hardly uncommon occurrences for most people.
Could these readings be a mistake?
For one sensor, perhaps. For all 4? No, it's not possible. As unusual as the readings are, they're accurate.
I won't pretend to understand.
It's rather technical, I know. Suffice it to say, the appearance of the vortex had some very unexpected consequences. Your payment as promised. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what we've learned from the plant tissue samples you brought back.
Let's be a smartass. You learned that there were mutated strains with toxin characteristics.
Why, yes, that's correct. I must say, it's a real pleasure to work with someone as intelligent and well-informed as you.
It'd be a lot more intelligent if it
Notably,
wasn't multiple
the first
choice.
sightings of these toxic variants coincide with the incident in Dazra. I'm just not sure how the strange effects of the vortex could cause plants to mutate so rapidly.
By triggering a defensive response. Countless species of fauna have evolved to develop protective mechanisms. Poisonous toxins are among the most common such adaptations.
That's true, but those adaptations evolved over generations across long spans of time. These seem to have appeared in a matter of
you just mentioned like a
mere
time
days.
anomaly, so
That shouldn't be possible.
And yet, the sensors documented fluctuations in the very fabric of space and time. Who's to say what's impossible when the fundamental laws that govern our reality are altered?
you can synthesize an antitoxin compound to neutralize the poison in the plants.
You've anticipated the solution perfectly. Well done. It just so happens I was working on something like that, though it was a side project. It was very experimental. Just testing a theory, really. I'd been theorizing about ways to create edible strains of local flora. It's possible I could alter the formula to to neutralize the toxins in the affected species.
There is, however, a not insignificant complication.
I knew you were going to say that.
The experimental compound is locked away in cold
Okay,
storage
now
at
we're
a botanical facility. I was growing strains of fungus and mushroom there for medicinal use, but we were attacked. A group of pirates called the Crimson Fleet took
Crimson
over
Fleet.
the place, forcing us to leave. Pirates. Here, on Varun Kai. I could scarcely believe it.
What would the Crimson Fleet want with the fungus farm?
Mushrooms and fungi can be used to create a wide range of illicit recreational substances. No doubt such products can fetch a high price. I suspect the pirates seized the facility to fund their operation.
No offense, but I don't see either of you taking on the Crimson Fleet.
By the Serpent, no! We narrowly escaped from those pirates with our lives. I've no wish to meet them again. I was hoping our very capable new research assistant might be up to the task, however. And just in case that was a little too obtuse, I'm referring to you. Go with the Serpent's blessing. We'll be waiting for you here.
I kind of wish we were still friends with the Crimson Fleet now. Okay, let's go.
Writing in style, I see.
Do we make it? Do we make it? Nope. Oh, wow. The poppin'. Holy, look at how bright our light is. I certainly don't have a lot of ammo. Way to be subtle, Zentrasia.
They should.
Have fun, guys. Oh, I am like completely surrounded. Wait for a little bit.
Seems we are clear.
This gun's pretty powerful now. Just a few more.
minutes. If you need to recover.
Okay, let's make our way inside, I suppose. Can't be bothered looting the bodies, honestly. Sneaky, sneaky. It says I'm detected. Sure. Okay. Let's go.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
Guess we're going this way. Ooh, that's late. Trust nobody. Everyone, this place is ours and nobody's going to take it from us. You see any of these House Faroon freaks trying to get in, you waste them quick. Same goes for anyone from the fleet that ain't us. You really think that Delgado's crew ain't going to try to take this operation over if they find out about it? Trust nobody, and I mean nobody. Kill on sight anyone that ain't in our crew. That's the only way we're going to hold on to this operation. Don't get lazy or you'll be made an example. Spread the word. Okay, so these guys are working independently and trying to hide it from Delgado. Which, how can they even tell each other apart? They wear the same thing. What's in here? Literally nothing. Cool. Ooh.
Take your best.
Oh, I only have one digipick left. Guess I'll hold on to that for now.
Did they have anything of value?
They aren't paying me enough for this.
The Crimson Fleet don't really drop digipicks that often.
Your head.
Ah. Like, if there were spacers, they would drop them, like, all the time, but... Crimson Fleet, not really. I mean, I guess that room's just, like, loot, so it doesn't really matter too much. You don't hear a thing. Shut up.
My kill, my share.
I'm surprised it doesn't reveal us when we're in the swarm shooting. I'm sure it did before.
Go around.
Coming at you.
Whoa. This place is huge. Their aim is so bullshit. Let's heal up and not die. I'm actually surprised how much damage this gun's doing now. I guess it's because these guys don't really have shields or like armor.
Let's get out of here! You're dead!
Ha. Ooh, can we get that far? Sort of. Oh, they can get me too.
I'm taking you down!
Am I just coming in here and like killing all of them? Go. One more somewhere around there. Sort of hitting him. Now, how the hell do I get back there? I'm not even sure I'm going to bother looting these bodies. Maybe if I run across them or something like that. Okay, that's not locked. That's locked. Ah, is there a digipick in here? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, skipping that. Huh. What the frick? Yeah, not doing this. We're going out here.
Watch my back. Move on.
You're not helping, Andreja. Making everything worse.
Spoils of victory. Hopefully they amount to something. I'm hit!
Wait, I picked up something there. Something about a key? Oh, refrigerator key. Huh. What? Refrigerator key. Oh, maybe that's where the samples are? Maybe. Laboratory terminal, research lab. Before we grab that, let's check out this terminal here. Okay, project journal, entry 1. In gratitude for the medicines I provided to them, the Malseer farmers have been kind enough to extend my use of the temporary laboratory on site. This will save me many trips back and forth to Hamadi Station, which is a blessing at my age. Azad complained, of course. The incident in the city has us all on edge, but it has also reminded me that if there is something I feel is important to do, I should do it now. I know we'll miss each other, but I also believe that time apart can help us remember why we love each other and renew our mutual appreciation. Besides, it should only be a week or two at most. Now that everything is set up and ready, it's time to collect some mycelium specimens. There are plenty on hand, so it shouldn't take long. Entry 2. The initial phase of the project has been focused mainly on gathering information. I've created detailed genetic profiles of the specimens. I've assembled and started to catalog their toxic enzymes. The next step is to develop a compound capable of neutralizing these toxins, while also bolstering characteristics that will make these specimens more desirable as a food source. I can hear Azad's voice in my mind saying, "Time to turn theory into practice." It's only been a few days since I arrived here, and I already miss his company. Entry 3. After no small amount of trial and error, my first attempt at a neutrifying compound is ready for testing. I selected 7 species of mycelium for the first batch. The farmers here seem curious about my work and stop by to visit often. One of them even brought me dinner, which is just as well because I often get so absorbed in my work that I forget to eat. My eyes and back could use a rest, so I'll spend some time in prayer and then call it a night. Entry 4. Success. Early applications of the neutrifying compound shows promise. I've been able to reduce the toxic enzymes in all species to varying degrees. This at least seems to prove out the thesis. There's still much work to do, but I'm confident in the direction of the project. Hopefully in a few more days, I'll be able to transfer the project back to Hamadi Station and start testing out the other species of flora. I miss my husband and my home. Entry 5. There's been a security breach and we're all being evacuated. No time to take anything. I hear gunfire above. Serpent, protect us. Messages. Interesting rumor from Azad Dubas. Well, you were right. Mere days you've been gone and I'm already lost and hopeless without my golden blossom. Yet I must persevere. I heard an interesting rumor today. One of the security patrols stopped by to check in, and one of them mentioned having seen a starship plunge from the sky in the area of Control Site Kappa. An alarming development to say the least. The last thing we need right now is unwanted visitors. Perhaps you should spread the word to the farmers over there, just in case. May the Serpent protect us. Is that the Crimson Fleet, maybe? Elevator troubles. Hello, my sweet. I hope the early phases of the project are going well. I'll be sending a message to Fioran today. I found some more issues with the structural housing at the bottom of the elevator shaft. It's nothing too serious. Hopefully just a patch job, really. He's been keeping very busy lately, what with the lack of hands to do the repair work. Yet another reminder of what we've recently lost, I suppose. May the Great Serpent be merciful and guide us safely out of these difficult days. Missing you, from Amaz Dubas. Nothing much to report from back home, so I'll take the opportunity to tell you something. The greatest blessing the Great Serpent has ever bestowed upon me was the gift of your presence in my life. I will love you always, my golden blossom. I hope you're making good progress and the Malseer farmers are being generous hosts. If not, tell them that I'll make them sit through one of my lectures as punishment. Too quiet. Hello, my love. How's work going? If I know you, the time is flying by and you've skipped at least one meal. Speaking of which, I missed your spicy stew. Things are quiet enough here, at times perhaps too much so. I've been keeping a close eye on the local wildlife, looking for behavioral changes following the events in Dazra. I can't help but wonder whether we have truly seen all the effects from the incident. Perhaps I'm just turning paranoid at my old age. Mizka. You'll be pleased to know our guest Mizka from the Tanis Growth Farm has made a full recovery. I decided to surprise Alikja and took her there myself. Everyone was thrilled to see their little Miz come home, and the other Groats welcomed her back into the herd right away. I wish you could have had the chance to say goodbye, but it seemed wrong to keep her away any longer than necessary. Besides, you can always visit her. Alikja was very keen to make sure I tell you so. Dangerous travels. Learn about... Oh, okay. Hello, dear. Not working too hard, I hope. I was out for a walk this afternoon, and I encountered a group of penitents who have been trying to reach the Shrine of Perseverance, which they found to be occupied by zealots. The pilgrims were fortunate to have escaped unharmed, but I can't say I'm happy to learn that we now have a group of zealots staking a claim so close to Hamadi Station. The meeting with the pilgrims got me thinking. When is the last time we traveled the path of redemption together? I wonder if Vaijin is still spending his days at the Shrine of Redemption. We should go and visit him. Okay. That's pretty much it. I just read their, like, little back and forth love letter. Okay. Oh, that was you. Can we not take any of this stuff? I guess we're breaking out of here again. See ya.
Unless you are secretly on staff for this laboratory, I do not think we are supposed to be here.
What do you mean? I am secretly on staff in this laboratory. Sherine Dubas.
Well, look who's back. And still in one piece, no less.
Oh, ye of little faith. Here's your science Goop.
Hopefully it's the correct science, Goop. Just a little joke. You haven't let us down yet. Here you are. Payment as promised. Did you hear that, love? Our courageous research assistant has delivered yet again.
I never had a shred of doubt. Nothing inspires courage and perseverance like the pursuit of knowledge, I always say.
That is quite literally the first time I've ever heard you say that.
Well, I certainly always think it.
Yes, dear. Of course you do.
Is there anything else I can help with?
You've done more than enough as it is. We could hardly ask more of you. We'll get by on our own from here.
The lighting here is so much better. I can finally see their faces. I guess you got some work ahead of you.
Indeed we do. Thanks to you, we not only have the answer to our little mystery, but a path to resolving it. Here's a little something extra for a job well done. Best of luck in your future scientific endeavors.
You have my attention.
I don't know. This is this is quite an underwhelming quest. Like, it didn't really add too much things of value. I probably will still post part of this because I kind of said in the last video that I would do this quest, but like,
Oh, bless
I literally did 10 fetch missions that led me from point A to point B, and then one more firefight that led to another fetch mission, and all of that in a single quest. And it didn't really add that much value to like the overall lore or anything. The most that we got out of this quest line was like the letters that these two lovers were sending back and forth to each other. I guess like this quest makes us go to like a lot of different places to gather stuff, and it's a good way to kind of make us explore Dazra, or make us explore Varun Kai a little bit more. And if I were playing for myself, I'd probably be fine with that. But for video, it would probably be super boring and super tedious without my modded Rev 9. So yeah, I don't know. This one and the last one were quite underwhelming as far as the side quest goes. I hope the next ones are a little bit better. But I guess I'll end it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh yeah, and they don't have anything to say about the
I can't
toxin
thank you
thing anymore, I
enough
don't
for
think.
Be watchful as you travel.
It was a pleasure. I
Sherine?
can't help but wonder what other undiscovered effects. Goodbye now.
Yeah. Okay.